Hello and welcome. You're watching Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Rajat Kane and here are the top headlines of the day so far. Budget softens, demonetization impact with tax rate cuts, allocation for infrastructure, rural, agriculture and social sectors stepped up. Prime Minister calls budget pro-poor, opposition says it lacks vision. Last day of campaigning for elections in Goa and Punjab, 2 states to go for polls on Saturday. Rex Tillerson is new US Secretary of State, former chairman of Exxon Mobil gets approval of the US Senate. Britain's Parliament approves first stage of Brexit bill. Move will enable Theresa May to formally begin 2 years of exit talks. And India beat England by 75 runs to mark the 3-match T20 series 2-1. Leg Spinner Yuzvendra Chahal adjudged man of the match and series. The Finance Minister presented Budget 2017-18 in Lok Sabha on Wednesday. He announced a tax bonanza by reducing income tax for income between 2.5 and 5 lakh rupees from 10% to 5%. However, to offset losses in the revenue due to this tax cut, a proposal to levy 10% new surcharge for incomes from 50 lakh to rupee 1 crore has also been made.
The Finance Minister addressing post-demonetization expectations for a reduction in tax burden.
I propose to reduce the existing rate of taxation for individual assessees between the income 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs to 5% instead of the present rate of 10%. This would reduce the tax liability of all persons below rupees 5 lakhs income either to zero with a rebate or 50% of their existing liability.
Jaitley also proposing not to impose any tax on income up to rupees 3 lakh.
In order not to have any duplication of benefit, the existing benefit of rebate available to the same group of beneficiaries being reduced to 2,500 available only if to the assessees with income up to 3.5 lakhs. The combined effect of both these measures will mean that there would be a zero tax liability for a person getting income up to 3 lakh rupees and a tax liability of only 2,500 for people with an income of 3 to 3.5 lakhs.
However, to offset the revenue loss following relief to taxpayers, Jaitley also proposed a new surcharge of 10% on incomes between 50 lakh and 1 crore rupees.
I propose to levy a surcharge of 10% of tax payable on this category of individual whose annual taxable income is between 50 lakhs and 1 crore. The existing surcharge of 15% on people earning more than 1 crore will continue. This is likely to give me an additional revenue of rupees 2,700 crores.
While the surcharge alone would net 2,700 crores a year, the reduction of the tax burden will result in a loss of 15,500 crore rupees. Jaitley also made a proposal to expand the tax net.
In order to expand the tax net, I plan to have a simple one-page form to be filed as an income tax return in the category of income individuals having a taxable income up to rupees 5 lakh other than business income. Also, a person of this category who files an income tax return for the first time would not be subject to any scrutiny for the first year unless there is some specific information available with the department with regard to any high-value transaction.
The Finance Minister said that his proposals on excise and customs duties will not result in any significant loss or gain to the exchequer. However, there are a host of items that will either become cheaper or dearer. LED bulbs, solar panels, wind-operated energy generators are among the items that will be cheaper. Cigarettes, tobacco, pan masala and silver coins are among items that will become costlier. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Now, from constructing 1 crore houses for the homeless by 2019 to announcing completion of 100% electrification of villages by 2018, the Finance Minister unveiled many measures for the rural and infrastructure sector. Among his announcement is a new metro policy, select airports in Tier 2 cities to be taken up for operations on PPP model, new railway lines and differently abled friendly stations.
Presenting his union budget on Wednesday, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley articulated the government's focus on spending more on rural areas and building infrastructure.
It has been our mission to bring a transformative shift in the way our country is governed. We have moved, madam, from a discretionary-based administration to a policy and system-based administration. From favoritism to transparency and objectivity in decision-making. From blanket and loose entitlements to targeted delivery, and from an informal to a formal economy.
The Finance Minister also increased funds allocated for scheduled caste by a third to 52,000 crore rupees. He also mentioned that many new enterprises were set up under the Stand Up India program aimed at helping women, Dalit and tribal entrepreneurs.
Government is giving special importance to the implementation of schemes for the welfare of scheduled castes, scheduled tribe and minorities. The allocation of the scheduled caste has been stepped up from rupees 38,833 crores in the budget estimate of 2016-17 to 52,393. इससे मैडम 35% increase SC allocation का इस budget में है. We are well on our way of achieving 100% village electrification by 1st May 2018. An increased allocation of rupees 4,814 crore has been proposed under the Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Gram Jyoti Yojana for 2017 and 18.
Focusing on housing in rural and urban sector, Jaitley said the government proposed to construct 1 crore houses for the homeless by 2019. In this context, he said the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana allocation has been raised to 23,000 crore rupees from 15,000 crore rupees.
Clear focus on improving accountability and outcomes and convergence, we will undertake a mission Antyodaya to bring 1 crore households out of poverty and make 50,000 Gram Panchayats poverty-free by 2019.
Most of the budget measures were also being seen in line with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's plan to provide 20 million houses across India by 2020. Experts say difficulties in claiming incentives for affordable housing have been removed by these measures. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Furthering the Election Commission's bid to stem the flow of black money during elections, the Finance Minister announced a slew of steps to bring in transparency in political funding. Jaitley said this was a measure to evolve a transparent method of funding political parties, which is vital to the system of free and fair elections.
India may be the world's largest democracy with one of the most elaborate electoral systems, but it has still not been able to evolve a transparent method of funding political parties. In his budget speech, the Finance Minister said transparency was vital for the conduct of free and fair elections and that the government was committed to achieving this.
Political parties continue to receive most of their funds through anonymous donations, which are shown in cash. An effort therefore requires to be made to cleanse the system of political funding in India.
Among the many measures announced, the Finance Minister put a cap on the maximum amount of cash donations that a political party can receive.
In accordance with the suggestion made by the Election Commission, the maximum amount of cash donation that a political party can receive will be 2,000 from any one source. Political parties will be entitled to receive, political parties will be entitled to receive donations by check or in the digital mode from their donors. C, an additional step And as an additional step, an amendment is being proposed to the Reserve Bank of India Act to enable the issuance of electoral bonds in accordance with a scheme that the Government of India would frame in this regard.
Every political party would also have to file its return within the time prescribed in accordance with the provision of the Income Tax Act. Any existing exemption to political parties from payment of income tax will be available subject to the fulfillment of these conditions. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Prime Minister Modi hailed the union budget, saying it covered all the sectors of economy and will facilitate changes that the country was going through. Prime Minister said the budget was devoted to well-being of villagers, farmers and the poor. He also said the budget reflected commitment to eliminate corruption and black money. The Prime Minister also appreciated that housing and small business sectors would gain immensely from the current budget.
रेलवे के मॉडर्नाइजेशन से लेकर के सरल इकोनॉमिक निर्माण करने की दिशा में, शिक्षा से लेकर के स्वास्थ्य तक, उद्यमी से लेकर के उद्योग तक, टेक्सटाइल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग से लेकर के टैक्स रिडक्शन तक, हर किसी के सपने को साकार करने का ठोस कदम इस बजट में साफ साफ नजर आता है। इस ऐतिहासिक बजट के लिए वित्त मंत्री के साथ साथ उनकी पूरी टीम भी अभिनंदन की अधिकारी है। ये बजट देश के विकास के लिए पिछले 2.5 वर्ष में जो कदम उठाए गए, जो फैसले लिए गए और भविष्य में और मजबूती के साथ आगे बढ़ने के इरादों के बीच ये एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण कड़ी है। इस बजट को मैं देख रहा हूं। एक अन्य महत्वपूर्ण कदम है कि रेलवे बजट को जनरल बजट में मर्ज कर दिया गया है। इससे पूरे ट्रांसपोर्ट सेक्टर उसको इंटीग्रेटेड प्लानिंग में मदद मिलेगी। देश में परिवहन से जुड़ी आवश्यकताओं की पूर्ति में रेलवे अब अपना योगदान और बेहतरीन तरीके से कर पाएगी। ये बजट कृषि क्षेत्र, ग्रामीण क्षेत्र, सामाजिक कल्याण, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, इन सभी क्षेत्रों में एक विशेष ध्यान आकर्षित करता है। निवेश बढ़ाने और रोजगार के नए अवसर पैदा करने की दृष्टि से सरकार की जो प्रतिबद्धता है वो इस बजट में साफ साफ नजर आती है। इन योजनाओं के लिए आवंटन में भी बहुत बढ़ोतरी की गई है।
Now, various opposition parties have criticized general budget presented by the finance minister on Wednesday. Let's listen to some of the reactions from the opposition parties.
सरकार ने गरीबों को मारा। एक्सपेक्टेशन थी कि किसानों के लिए, गरीब लोगों के लिए, युवाओं के लिए, बेरोजगार लोगों के लिए कुछ किया जाए, मगर कोई क्लियर विजन नहीं दिख रहा है। जेटली जी ने अच्छा भाषण दिया, मगर बेसिस कुछ नहीं है उसके।
डिमोनेटाइजेशन के बाद बड़े पैमाने पर बेरोजगारी बढ़ी है और जो पहले से रोजगार में थे छोटे मोटे वो भी बेरोजगार हो गए हैं। तो उनको फिर से कैसे खड़ा किया जाए, रोजगार का, नए रोजगार का सृजन कैसे किया जाए या पुराने रोजगार जो खत्म हुए हैं उनको फिर से कैसे खड़ा किया, इसके लिए कोई योजना नहीं लगती है।
ये तो चुनावी जुमले इसमें भी हो सकते हैं और लगातार हर साल बजट पेश करने की आवश्यकता क्यों पड़ती है आपको? पिछले साल जो कुछ हुआ, कितने कामयाब हो गए आप उसमें? और क्या पिछले बजट में आपने किया था ऐलान कि हम डिमोनेटाइजेशन करेंगे? जिक्र किया था कभी? तो ऐसे बहुत सारी बातें होते हैं कि बजट तो बजट होता है, बीच में आपकी मनचाही बात आप कर सकते हो, कह सकते हो।
Demonetization has failed, came out in the budget clearly. What is interesting to me, and all of us, is that micro and small enterprises have no space in the budget. Unorganized sector, which employs over 80% of the people in India and 40% of GDP, had no place in the budget. Farmers had no place in the budget of in any significant manner. And most interestingly, even corporate India was a special tax was put on the corporate India above a certain level, which didn't exist before. Railways have lost its way. It's gone off track.
This is the major financial intervention after demonetization. People at large took the brunt of the impact of demonetization, and I was expecting something spectacular for the common man in the union budget. However, the union budget 2017-18 is a mixed bag and falls short of expectations on many counts.
बजट भाषण में कुछ ऐसी बात वो कहेंगे जिससे देश की अर्थव्यवस्था को भी पूरी गति मिलेगी और बिहार जैसे जो पिछड़े राज्य हैं उनके विकास में ऐसी बातों को सहायक है। लेकिन पूरा बजट भाषण सुनने के बाद निराशा हाथ लगी। 2 घंटा तक लगातार सुनते रहे और उम्मीद करते रहे कि कुछ बात अब आगे आएगी, लेकिन कुछ खास बात आई नहीं।
जितना खर्चा पिछले बजट में किया था सरकार की तरफ से, उससे कम खर्चा इस बार हो रहा है आपके जीडीपी के मुकाबले में। जितना जो राहत, जितना उनके ऊपर आर्थिक बोझ पिछले 1 साल के अंदर महंगाई की वजह से बढ़ी, उसको भी पूरा नहीं करता ये जो रिलीफ जो दिया है। लेकिन उससे जो है सरकार को घाटा हो रहा है 20,000 करोड़ रुपए का।
Economy is in bad shape. Economy is in deep crisis. Unemployment has become a big challenge in our economy. But unfortunately, the budget has not addressed any issue, has not given any hope that the economy would be retrieved from the deepening crisis.
Time for a short break. More on the other side.
Harappan sites are a treasure trove of sophisticated pottery. These creations show tremendous advances by the potter's wheel. Creations like the perforated jar, the copper axe, the chisel and knives astound even present-day archaeologists. Figurines depicting yoga poses, chess pieces display a complexity unsurpassed even by later-day civilizations, all of which make the Harappan civilization truly unique.
Welcome back. It's the last year of campaigning for assembly elections in Punjab and Goa. Polling for 2 states is slated for February 4th. Voting will take place on 117 seats in Punjab Assembly, for which 1,145 candidates are in fray. Punjab will witness a multi-cornered contest in all the Assembly seats, while Congress is going alone on 117 seats. Ruling Shiromani Akali Dal and its ally BJP will contest 94 and 23 seats respectively. A new entrant to Punjab Assembly elections, Aam Aadmi Party has fielded candidates in 110 seats and its ally Lok Insaf Party on 7. In Goa, voting will take place at 40 seats, of which 251 candidates, including 19 women, are in fray. Goa Assembly polls are likely to be a 3-pronged fight, with the ruling BJP, opposition Congress and new entrant are pitted against each other. While Manohar Parrikar-led BJP had won in 2012, in alliance with Maharashtra Gomantak Party, this time it has abandoned by its political friends, who have now ganged up against it. Congress has fielded 37 candidates and is supporting Goa Forward in few constituencies. BJP is contesting on 36 seats and has extended support to independents in 4 constituencies. Aam Aadmi Party is contesting on 39 seats. Shiv Sena is contesting the elections in alliance with rebel RSS leader Subhash Velingekar and his outfit Goa Suraksha Manch and Maharashtra Gomantak Party. Nominations for the fifth phase of elections in Uttar Pradesh will begin today with the issue of notification. Polling for 52 seats spread across 11 districts, including Rahul Gandhi's parliamentary constituency Amethi, will take place on February 27th. The districts going to polls in the phase are Balrampur, Gonda, Faizabad, Ambedkar Nagar, Bahraich, Shravasti, Siddharth Nagar, Basti, Sant Kabir Nagar, Amethi and Sultanpur. Last date of filing nominations is February 9th. Samajwadi Party had won 37 seats out of 52 in 2012 assembly polls, while the BJP and Congress have won 5 seats each. The BSP had won 3 seats, while the Peace Party had won 2 seats in this phase. Ahead of assembly elections in Uttarakhand, the Bharatiya Janata Party has expelled 17 members from the party for 6 years for contesting elections against their own candidates. BJP on Wednesday debarred members from the party, including Gangotri's Surat Ram Nautiyal, Kedarnath's Asha, and Kashipur's Rajiv Agrawal. The elections in the state are going to be held in single phase on February 15, and the results will be announced on March 11th. At least 7 police personnel were killed and 6 others injured on Wednesday in a landmine blast that's suspected to have been detonated by a Maoist in Odisha's Gorakhpur district. 4 bodies were recovered from the site, while 3 others died in the hospital later. The explosion took place in the Maoist-affected Gorakhpur district. The landmine went off when 13 security personnel were on their way to Cuttack for training. They belong to the 3rd Battalion of Odisha State's Armed Police and District Police. The blast is suspected to have been triggered by red rebels operating in Andhra-Odisha border areas. Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik termed the incidents a cowardly act. A look at what else is making news across the country in Nationwide. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister O. Pannirselvam on Wednesday said the bill to replace the ordinance for the conduct of Jallikattu has received President Pranab Mukherjee's assent. He thanked Prime Minister Modi for his support in enabling the bull taming sport to be held in the state, calling it a link to rural agrarian customs and culture of people. AIDMK General Secretary V.K. Sasikala also thanked President Pranab Mukherjee, Prime Minister Modi and Tamil Nadu Governor Vidyasagar Rao. Former Delhi Police Commissioner Alok Kumar Verma on Wednesday took over Director of Central Bureau of Investigation. The 1984 batch IPS officer has served the Delhi Police in various capacities. Verma also held several positions in vigilance, intelligence, crime and railways and administration wings. A special court has accepted the CBI's closure report in case of alleged irregularities in procurement of 7 Barak anti-missile defense system and 200 missiles in the year 2000. In its probe, the CBI had given clean chit to former Defence Minister George Fernandes, along with then Samata Party President Jaya Jaitley and 3 others. The Nagaland government has withheld election process to 12 urban bodies following clashes that left 2 persons dead and several others injured since last evening. The clashes took place during ones called by tribal bodies opposed to the polling. Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh inquired about the law and order situation with State Chief Minister. Now, top international focus. The process of Britain leaving European Union cleared a significant hurdle. On Wednesday, members of United Kingdom Parliament voted in favour of allowing the government to begin divorce talks. Members of the House of Commons voted by 498 to 114 to advance the bill that would give Prime Minister Theresa May the authority to invoke Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty, the formal process of leaving the European Union. The bill now faces further scrutiny in the Commons and the House of Lords before it can become a law. The bill was published last week after the Supreme Court decided MPs must have a say before Article 50 could be triggered. It rejected government's argument that Theresa May had sufficient powers to trigger Brexit without consulting the Parliament. Talks with the European Union are expected to last up to 2 years, with UK predicted to leave 28 members organisation in 2019. Rex Tillerson has been sworn in as United States Donald Trump Secretary of State. Vice President Mike Pence gave the oath of office to Tillerson. This after 64-year-old former chairman and chief executive of Exxon Mobil, Tillerson, was cleared for full Senate approval in 56-43 vote. A vote was largely on party lines, with 52 Republicans voting in favor along with 3 Democrats and 1 independent. Tillerson, who has never held a political office, faced intense scrutiny over his ties with Russia. As Secretary of State, Tillerson will handle relations with countries including China and Russia and negotiate matters such as climate change, human rights on behalf of President Donald Trump.
Right now, when we are trying to hold Russia accountable for its illegal aggression in Eastern Europe, for its war crimes in Aleppo, and its interference in our own nation's election, how on earth can we trust someone with such a cozy relationship with the Putin government to be our Secretary of State?
Russia today poses a danger, but it is not unpredictable in advancing its own interest. It has invaded the Ukraine, including the taking of Crimea, and supported Syrian forces that brutally violates the laws of war. Our NATO allies are right to be alarmed at a resurgent Russia.
India beat England 75 runs at Bangalore and clinched the series 2-1 on Wednesday in a 30-20 cricket match. In a match, the Western side was up against the chase of 203 but was cleaned up for just 127 runs in 16.3 overs. With steady innings in the middle overs, English batsmen collapsed dramatically from 119 for 2 to 127 all out. Indian spinner Yuzvendra Chahal was the main architect of destruction as he took 6 wickets for 25 runs. In the process, he also became the first India in T20 to take 5 wickets or more. Pacer Jasprit Bumrah took 3 wickets, while remaining 1 wicket went to Amit Mishra's kitty. Early being asked to bat first, Suresh Raina 63 and MS Dhoni's 56 pushed India's score to 202 for 6 in stipulated 20 overs. Chahal was adjudged man of the match as well as the man of the series.
Winning all 3 of them feels really, really good right now because we are up against a top quality side. We understand that, and to come on top, after the end of all 3 series,
very disappointing. We weren't, for maybe 60% of the game, we were competitive and right in amongst it, but fell away terribly towards the end. Committed a cardinal sin of losing 2 in players in 1 over, and that allowed India to build a little bit of pressure. And
that's it for now. Stay tuned for more.